Today is 6th of September 2018. Market trade is slightly smaller range with increased volume, down 8 points to close at 3147. Now yesterday we have severe sell down of 54 points and in the process broke the significant support at 3200. This will now become the resistance, and this is a level I like to watch. Immediate support will be at this level here of about 3110. If we take a look at the 5-minute charts, this is what happens yesterday. In fact, it was in positive territory for a brief moment, and after lunch it actually went downwards and was range bound largely throughout the afternoon. So this represents the blue chip generally weak. However, there are selective strong stocks. Now we mentioned Chip Seng for the last few weeks, and here we have very nice rounding patterns, and here it broke out and followed by a series of sideways bar. And today we have a small deeper breakout with very high volume. The fact that today it trade a slightly longer range compared to the preceding months, more likely to pull back, and during pullback we can look for setup. Hong Lai Huat. Again, these are very few stocks that are actually trending. Right now here we have a small deeper setup. Look for a break above the high here of 28 cents. Now we also discussed Sheng Siong and mentioned as prefer to actually trade on the weekly charts. Notice it's quite resilient despite the severe sell downs. Right now here is trading inside there on the weekly charts. We like to see it take out the high here of 119. Now we also mentioned iFast. The stocks continue to be resilient. This is a weekly charts of iFast. Notice actually managed being a high but didn't close that well. So I'd like to actually look for a follow through, eventually take out the high here of 118. Now this is the daily charts. You notice after making a high there was a pullback, and notice during the pullback volume is actually low. Now we discussed Yang Zijiang and CapitaLand. We'd like to actually follow up with that. Now generally these stocks were strong but have succumbed to selling. Notice after the gap up it traded a series of sideways bar, was not able to actually close well, and finally it went downwards. The fact that severe sell downs, at best it may become range bound. Okay, you have taken a trade earlier, as I mentioned, and also in the forum posting, closing the gap with negative, and we have gotten out with nice profit. Likewise for Yang Zijiang, it comes to selling. Alright, here we have very nice run but loses momentum, and here we have wide range reversal bar, so we have gotten out here, and right now we're experiencing quite a deep corrections. So again, it takes some time before you actually complete, and I would like to see it eventually take out the high here of 114. Mentioned Valuetronics. The stocks remains range bound after the initial upward move. Again, we need some patience. So far this bar are accompanied with low volume. It may take some time. Eventually we like to see the stock take out this recent high here of 79 cents. Now there were some ultra penny stocks that have actually performed well recently. This includes Rex Internationals. Very strong upward move followed by a series of sideways bars. Like to see eventually complete its consolidation, break the high of 0.08. So notice despite a severe sell down, it managed to actually hold up quite well, and today trade doji. Anchor Resources. Similarly, we have strong upward move followed by shallow pullback, low volume pullback. Look for a break above this high here of 0.037. This is a big dipper. Now let's turn our attentions to the banks, in particular DBS. Mentioned in the previous video, this is probably, in terms of chart patterns, is probably the weakest. This stock managed to actually break this low that was actually formed on 6th July. Alright, and today itself there will be of a reactions, but the fact that it actually trades towards the lower end of this wide range is bearish actually. We'd like to see it actually break below this low here of 24.41. OCBC. after yesterday's downward move, today trade inside days. Again, we'd like to see break below this low here of 1107. But unlike DBS, we have a bit of support here to contend with. And this is a level at 1106. Now, you compare to UOB, UOB is a decent away from the support. Right, if you notice actually here is a distance away from the support, nevertheless it's actually negative. We have two down bar. Look for throwback, we look for setup. Now remember, it is not really a nice trend, it's part of a consolidation patterns. We just want to ride on the momentum. Property stocks, CDL. This is one of the stocks that actually managed to actually make a new low. Now remember, this is the cooling measures. There was the gap downs in reactions to the news, and it become range bound and managed to actually break this low a few days ago and trade successive low. Again, you missed the trade during the break below the support. Look for throwback and look for setup. This is UOL. Again, successive low over here. Look for throwback, we look for setup. Just be mindful of the support at this level here of 650. Stock like Fraser Properties has been range bound. Alright, again we are looking for opportunities for a downward move and to initiate shorts when it does so. Now the rest of the property stocks are more difficult to actually handle, so we'll probably leave them alone. Now some of the stocks we'll be discussing has eventually turned downwards. This include Jaffa. Notice very severe sell downs. Look for a throwback here, and we look for setups to short the stocks. Notice the stock has made a lower high, so by itself is negative and managed to actually break the support. Look for a throwback and look for setups to short. Likewise, China Sunsing. Successive low. Again here, we like to ride on this momentum. Look for a throwback here and we look for setup to shorts. Now there are some stocks continue to be range bound, so there's no direction as yet. This includes StarHub. Notice after severe star down, it be range bounds. Despite weak sentiment, today managed to actually move upwards, but didn't close that well. So again, we need to be patient. And some of the manufacturing stock like Hi-P. Alright, notice actually after the gap down itself generally become range bound. So usually after a series of sideways move, we look for a break on the downside because the prior trend has been down, so we are biased towards down. So whatever the case may be, we need patience for it to complete consolidations before we initiate a short. So markets actually are very choppy right now, so generally most of the stocks are weak except for the selective few that are strong, so we are biased towards shorting. Now in the short terms, we do expect a throwback, and during the throwback it presents us with the opportunity to look for setups to short.